We're back in the trailer today, and today's tinker is we're going to try to get this light strip that goes around the ceiling fan here working again. Why is it not working? Well, the original fan that came with the trailer broke, and that had an integrated switch in it that controlled this strip light right here. And we replaced the original fan with a MaxxAir fan, and that does not have a switch. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this apart. We're going to connect a wireless remote control, see if that'll work, and control the light strip that goes around this fan right here. So stick around and let's see if we can make it work. So the first step in this is to take this ring off here, and it's got 4 screws. Part of my concern with this is trying to get this remote control up in, if there's enough room for it to fit up in there. It is pretty thin, but we'll see if it'll work or not. And there we go, got it off. So as you can see, it's a little tight in here. There is some space. This is the power right here. Yellow is from the trailer. This is the black that's going to this fan. And then we have a ground wire that is right here. It's grounded right here to the frame, and this is the ground wire from the fan. And what I'm going to have to do is cut off these little butt connectors right here, and I'm going to use WAGO connectors. That way, if I ever have to remove the fan or there's an issue with the light, we can just disconnect it and not have to keep cutting wires every time. So the next step is to go and wire up this new controller to the light ring. Okay, so we've got the light ring to the fan in the garage, and this part right here, this is the light that goes around, and right here, these are the wires that when we had the new fan installed were cut because there was no new switch. So black is positive, white is negative or ground. And what I'm going to use is this item right here, which is a LED single light remote control. And it's actually pretty small, pretty thin. And one thing of note about using these is there's a definite way that you have to connect it. So on this side, this end connects to the LED or the light, and then this end over here connects to the power. This is a remote control. It comes with an instruction sheet that I think helps you, well, one, know how to connect it, and then two, how to operate or pair the remote control. So the first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to strip these wires on both ends here. I'm going to connect this to the light strip with butt connectors, and we'll get that done next. Okay, so I spared you the details of wiring these up. There's a bazillion YouTube videos that show you how to connect wires. But just a note, wanted to make sure that the positive here, which is the red, is connected to the black wire. The negative is connected to the white wire, which is negative. It'll be the same coming off of this end. Positive is red, the black, and I think there might be a red stripe on it, that's negative. So we got the butt connectors on, got that connected. The next step is to head back into the trailer and cut into the wires that are already existing for the fan, and then we're going to use WAGO terminals to connect all three wires together. And we'll see that coming up. Okay, so we're back in the trailer now, and we've cut the butt connectors off of these wires here, and I've added the WAGO terminals. So the next thing to do is to connect the light ring to these terminals, turn the power back on, and then see if the lights will work. So that'll be our next step. Okay, so we've got the light connected, and let's try our remote control and see if it works. And it does. So we're going to try to stuff all these wires back up in there, see if we can get the ring back up, if it'll fit with all this stuff, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we got everything put back together, all the wires and everything, and the connectors and the remote control tucked up nice and neat up here. There's plenty of room for it. So let's see if it works. Hey, and it does. Lucky me. Anyway, I'm happy with this remote control. Part of the reason is that you can control the brightness of the light instead of just having it turn on and off. So we can go up to 100%, down to 50%, then 25%, and then you can even lower it from there, dim it down, and increase it incrementally. So that's pretty good. The other thing it has too is it does have some modes on it. So you can get like a strobe going, different light patterns if you're interested in that. I thought maybe it'd be kind of good to hook these up, a remote control like this, up to some outside LED lights underneath your trailer or RV, if you wanted to do that to try to distract the rodents that may come around to visit. I know a lot of people do that. So I'm pretty happy with how that came out. And I'm curious what you would do if you would just put a on-off switch, or use a remote control like this, or maybe use both on-off and a remote control separate to repair a light like this. The other thing that you can think about too is if you do have LED lights like puck lights in your trailer, you could add this to those puck lights and turn them on, and then be able to control the brightness of those particular lights, which I think might be a good idea. If I had more than one other puck light in this trailer, I might consider that, but I'm happy with how this came out. Let me know what you would do in a situation like this where your LED lights weren't working, if you would add an on-off switch or a remote control. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.